Ready? Okay. Call to order.
Adequate notice of this meeting was published and provided in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 5th, 2018. Copies of the agenda were provided to the newspaper, posted on public bulletin boards and the township website.
Thank you. Everyone, at this time, please silence or turn off your cell phones. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zapsik. Councilman Halloran. Vice President Crate.
Here.
Councilman Mumolo.
Here.
Councilman Fosman. Councilwoman Ponterero.
Here.
President DeYoung.
Here.
Thank you.
Everybody, please rise for the salute to the flag, followed by a moment of silence.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. First up for this evening, we have our police promotions. I'd like to invite up Chief Riccio along with the mayor.
Welcome everybody. This is a historic night as we get to promote a brand new captain, lieutenant, and sergeant. The way that works is when you have a captain retire, there obviously has to be a captain replaced, which then makes a lieutenant, and the lieutenant makes a sergeant. So Captain Dugard has been a great member of our police force for a number of years, and he will be leaving as of November 1st. And thank you for the time and service that you put in for our great township. And you've been an asset to the town, keeping us safe for all these years. So thank you very much for your service. Our Brick Police Force is one of the best around. We say to all the police swearing in, we congratulate those officers who are coming in at the bottom, because they're going to be part of such a great organization, and they're going to be able to keep the reputation of our great police force alive. And that's why we always bring that up. I also like to bring up when we're making the promotions, because we have the top police force. In fact, voters all around Ocean County that subscribe to the Asbury Park Press voted our Brick Township Police Force the best police force in the area. So congratulations, Chief. I just want to say to the three gentlemen being promoted here tonight, congratulations, and I'll be able to swear you in a little bit. Chief Riccio, who runs this excellent department, thank you so much for all the hard work that you've put in keeping our town safe, and all the different initiatives that you have going for us, as we are definitely the top police department in the state, and it's because of your leadership. So thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, so as the mayor said, we're here tonight to promote three of our officers. And again, I would personally like to thank Captain Dugard for his 25 years of service. You've been an asset to our department, and I wish you all the best. So the first tonight is Sergeant Scott Dearkin. 2001, Sergeant Dearkin graduated Rutgers University with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. In 2002, Sergeant Dearkin was hired by the Brick Police Department and was assigned to the Operations Division. While there, he had served as a member of the department's bike unit and marine unit. In 2011, Sergeant Dearkin was assigned to the traffic safety unit. During this assignment, he successfully completed the FAA drone school, becoming one of the department's first FAA licensed drone pilots. Sergeant Dearkin is the recipient of several awards, including 2 Meritorious Service Awards, 2 Grand Cordon Medals, and the Chief's Certificate. Sergeant Dearkin is here today with his wife Geraldine and 2 sons, Owen and Owen. Sergeant Dearkin will supervise the B-side midnight shift.
I, Scott Dearkin, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully
Next, Sergeant Michael Drew being promoted to the rank of lieutenant. Lieutenant Drew graduated Brick Memorial High School in 1993 and then from Ocean County College in 1997. Mike started his law enforcement career in 1997 with the Juvenile Justice Commission. Lieutenant Drew was hired by the Brick Township Police Department in September of '97 and assigned to the Operations Division. Mike was promoted to sergeant in October of 2011 and assigned to the Operations Division. In September of 2012, Mike transferred to the Professional Standards Unit, where he worked until February of 2018. Lieutenant Drew has received a Meritorious Service Award, an Exceptional Duty Award, Honorable Service Medal, and numerous performance commendations. Lieutenant Drew has been married to his wife Heather for 11 years. They have 2 children, Kate and Kara. Lieutenant Drew will assume command of the day shift B-side.
I, Michael Drew, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of police lieutenant according to the best of my ability. I solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in the state under the authority of the people, so help me God.
Breaking the place.
You could do that now.
We're gonna do picture after all this. Picture after.
Next, Lieutenant Keith Reinhardt being promoted to the rank of captain. Captain Reinhardt graduated Brick Memorial High School in 1989 and then attended William Patterson University. Captain Reinhardt was hired by the Brick Township Police Department in May of 1994, and then graduated from the Gloucester County Police Academy, class number 7, in August of '94. Captain Reinhardt worked his first 3 years as a patrol officer and then field training officer. In 1998, Captain Reinhardt was transferred to the Detective Bureau, where he served as one of the department's first school resource officers and also became a member of the CERT team. In September of 2003, Keith was promoted to sergeant, where he was assigned to the midnight shift in the Operations Division. There he supervised a squad along with the K-9 unit and motorcycle and bicycle unit. In 2008, Keith was transferred to Community Policing Division, where he supervised the police EMS unit and served as a public information officer. In January of 2013, Captain Reinhardt was transferred to the Administrative Services Division, where he was assigned to the Professional Standards Unit. In September of 2013, Captain Reinhardt was promoted to the rank of lieutenant and transferred to the Records Room, where he served as the Deputy Administrative Services Division Commander. In April of 2016, Captain Reinhardt was assigned to the Internal Affairs Unit, where he is currently serving. Captain Reinhardt has received numerous awards and commendations throughout his career, including 2 Meritorious Service Awards, 3 Exceptional Duty Awards, 2 Honorable Service Awards, 1 Life-Saving Award, and numerous performance commendations. Keith and his wife Tracy have 2 children, Colin, age 13, and Madison, age 12. Captain Reinhardt will be the Community Policing Division Commander.
I, Keith Reinhardt, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of police captain according to the best of my ability. And I solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state
Congratulations.
Other officers, don't go anywhere. There will be a group picture, even the ones lurking in the hallway that I can see. Wait. All the other officers in the room, please come forward. Come on. Family picture.
Look at you. How are you?
Get crowded. I don't know what
I get the air right there, all the way to the right. Oh, that's the heat. That's the heat.
Oh, what cool.
It's a cool. There's a little button on the side. Just hit it once or twice to reset that. Gotta reset it.
There. They did. I've only been up here just in 5 years. I didn't know.
Well, you know how we learn? Court, doing court in here.
I didn't know that.
I could take your jacket.
Yeah, right. Smile randomly. Oh.
Mumolo,
Yes.
over here.
Yes.
Alright, ready, 3, 2, 1. Stay there.
Show me the camera.
You want a mic? Do you want a mic? Got it right here.
Yeah, he left his jacket. He was right here. There, he's right there. He is right there. Glenn.
There goes the room.
Ashley, you're welcome. Oh, sorry.
Got a purpose.
Wrong guy.
That's all right. It's live.
I said Glenn Turner.
This is perfect right there.
This is yours, right?
Good.
Jeez.
You're fine. That would have been good.
Whose little baby is that?
Switching sides.
Perfect. I guess it's good that there's not a lot, there's people absent in this room. No. No, that's fine.
I can.
No, just to take a 2-minute break.
No, I'm just, as soon as they leave, I'm gonna. Mayor. Mayor.
Hey, Chief, French fries are getting cold. French fries. They were nice, though. We appreciate it.
Oh, Lexi Moore is on here, that's why they're looking. Lexi Moore. Oh, that's nice. I wonder if,
We will be moving on with the next portion of our meeting. Our next presentation for this evening is from the Ocean County Freeholders. We have a World War I Brick Township service flag, and I would like to invite up Mary Jane Baveas, the Ocean County Assistant Director of Parks and Recreation, to give her presentation.
Thank you so much, Mayor and Council. It's a pleasure to be here and to present you with this service flag. Biggest crowd I think I've seen. We've been going to every municipality, which back during this period of time, World War I or the Great War, there's 28 towns in the county. So you guys could have been, you were combined actually with Point Pleasant Borough. And let me explain the flag a little bit. This is, like I said, on behalf of the Board of Chosen Freeholders. This was John Bartlett's passion. He was very passionate about World War I. He read over 100 books, so for you youngins out there, there's a lot of information on it. And he would love to be here. He is getting treatments for cancer and so on and so forth, so unfortunately he's not able to be here. But we are carrying on his mission. So the flag is for Bricktown, obviously. The 13 stars, the blue stars, represent the 13 original colonies. And above, the number above is how many gave the ultimate sacrifice in the war, which is 3. And combined, 123 came home, and you had 126 that served from Bricktown. Now, I had a nice gentleman over here. He asked me if his father was in, why his father's name wasn't in here. And I could tell you this. There was one day that they had to all register for the war. So if he was out of Point Pleasant or out of Bricktown that day, maybe he was visiting relatives in another part of the state or part of the country. That was where you registered. So you may not see the name in here. This, if you get what I'm saying, right? So he might have been out of town. I don't know. But there's some great names in here. Obviously, some of you will be familiar with them. The Osbornes, and if you look, we have every name and what branch they were in. Everybody asked me this question, what is DNB? They died, but not in battle. And then there's some that were wounded and some missing in action. So that, and that's what the flags was for. These flags were made by the Tuckerton Seaport Stitchers. They donated their time and everything to make these flags. And we are doing a large celebration, and I want to thank our veterans for being here. It's really nice to see you guys, and thank you for your service. And we're doing a commemorative on Armistice Day, which was the end of the war, on November 11th down at the courthouse, where we're going to have all the bells ring at the same time, which obviously, if it was in France, it would be 3 in the morning, but we don't want to wake everybody up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to have it at 10 o'clock in the morning. You're all welcome to come. We have a giant replica of an original medal from World War I, and we're going to celebrate the commemoration of the end of the Great War. So thank you so much, and if I could have mayor and council possibly take a photo with the flag?
I was
That would
also
be
going
great.
to invite up the members of the veterans organizations, along with, we have some Brick Historical Society members and PBA here, if you'd all like to come, and we can try to take a photo.
But
I do
get you
like the
all in.
pictures
Thank you.
tonight. So, come on up. You want?
We'd like to do the one with you guys first,
Okay.
if that's a possibility, and then we'll get everybody else up. And we'll take two. Just hang on one second. Thank you.
Take two pictures first. Let me get the mayor and council first, and then we'll everybody else. Get this out first. I do. That's just so matches the other two.
See the numbers, it's in there, perfect.
Have a good one.
Good to see you.
What'd you say?
Can I have it there the whole time? No, right here. Yeah, that's fine. She's hugging.
Take care. Have a good one.
Whatever chocolate. Can't see Jen though. Is that gonna stay there the whole time?
Yeah.
Can't see Jen.
One time.
No. What? Yeah, just leave it there.
Can you turn it a smidge?
Yeah. Library.
guys.
Library.
We get to keep it. It'll be on display here.
The mayor doesn't. Ready?
I love that.
Okay, our next presentation is, this week is National Friends of Libraries Week, and I'm going to invite up Nancy Bonta Voitko, the Brick Branch Manager. Please come on up.
I'm sorry. I thought you were playing. Nice to meet you. All right, so we have a brand-new branch manager here in our Brick Library. So welcome to town, Nancy. So libraries have long served as trusted and treasured institutions, and library workers and librarians fuel efforts to better their communities, campuses, and schools. Libraries and librarians are looking beyond their traditional roles and providing more opportunities for the community to deliver new services that connect closely with patrons' needs. Brick Township is fortunate to be home of a branch of the Ocean County Library System, which enjoys the support of the Friends of the Brick Library organization. Friends of the Brick Library raise money that enables our library to provide the resources for additional programming, much-needed equipment, support for children's summer reading, and special events all throughout the year. The work of the Friends of the Brick Library highlights the fact that libraries serve as the cornerstone of the community, providing opportunities for all to engage in the joy of lifelong learning and connect with the thoughts and ideas of others from the past all the way to the present. The Friends of the Brick Library understand the critical importance of well-funded libraries and advocate to ensure that our library gets the resources it needs to provide a wide variety of services to all ages, including access to print and electronic materials, along with expert assistance in research, readers advisory, and children's services. The Friends' gift of their time and commitment to the library sets an example for all in how volunteerism leads to positive civic engagement and the betterment of our community. Libraries, librarians, library workers, patrons, and supporters across America will be celebrating National Friends of Libraries Week. For all these reasons, I, John G. Ducey, the Mayor of the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean in the State of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim October 21st through October 28th, 2018 to be National Friends of Libraries Week. And thank you for coming.
Thank you, everyone. I'm here tonight on behalf of our Friends of the Brick Library. Our president, Jill Holland, is also in the audience tonight. And I just really want to publicly thank the Friends. We're very lucky that we have such a big branch here in Brick Township, and we could do so much for this community. Thanks to, first of all, we have a dedicated tax line, and it's the biggest bang for your buck you'll ever get. I don't think people realize how much you get for that little amount. You can stream not just books, you can stream movies and magazines, and you have use of the computer and over 110 databases that you can access 24/7. You can chat with a librarian. There's so much. Also, wonderful programs. To augment what we do, the Friends help so much, and the whole month really is dedicated to the Friends. And if you join the Friends of the Library, you get a free book light. So this is a good time to join and become a friend. Or you could just come in and donate $1, and like they do in the stores, they'll hang up a star with your name, and it's another way to support the library. Be on the lookout. Come to the library and see what we have for you. We have historical programs. We have computer programs. We have concerts. We're going to have opera coming up in December. We're going to be having a big Celtic program in January. There's so much. I don't want to take up too much time, but I take it.
We don't hear about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, then I'll take my time. You heard it from the mayor. No. But history programs, I did want to mention, because we just have the historian here, we're having a program about the attack on Pearl Harbor by a military historian on December 11th. And again, this is all in the monthly brochure. That's just one type of program. We have business program. If you're interested in starting a business, we have monthly programs put out by SCORE every month to help anybody interested in starting a business, or maybe you already are a business owner. We have another program for Canine Companions for Independence, where people could see if you have various challenges, how you can get an animal companion, and they will demonstrate there. They'll have the dogs there, and they will be demonstrating. We have the dogs at the library every month. The children come and read to the dogs. Did you know that? We have a therapy dog program, so if you have a young one that's a little shy and wants to read, they can come and read to the dogs. You can learn to play mahjong. Anybody want to play mahjong? Or you can come watch a movie. This month, one of the movies we have is Mr. Rogers, Won't You Be My Neighbor? There's so much. I literally could take up a lot of time, but I hope I can come back and talk some more when we have other special events. But I just want to encourage everyone to be a friend of the library. They are awesome. Many of the programs we put on are thanks to the Friends of the Library, and they have a lot of fun. It's a great way to help build our community. So thank you again. Nice to meet you too.
For our final presentation of this evening, we have our Students of the Month, Mayor and Council Vice President Crate.
Good evening, everyone. We are lucky this evening to have a former councilman in the audience, Bob Moore, and I'd like to invite him up right now to come and assist us with our Student of the Month program. So welcome, thank you. I lost my notes, okay. So each month, the mayor and council likes to take the time to congratulate the Students of the Month for both Brick Memorial and Brick Township High School. These students have achieved significant academic achievements throughout the month, and we are happy and proud to acknowledge their accomplishments. So congratulations to all of you, and we'd like to take a moment to call each and every one of you up to receive a certificate from the mayor. I'm going to start with the Brick Township High School Students of the Month for September. For grade 9, we have Dasnia Jackson. For grade 10, we have Jenna Brown. Grade 11, Nicholas Guaro. Did I mess it up? I'm so sorry. And for grade 12, Anna Bergen.
Keep it there.
Okay, and for Brick Memorial High School, for grade 9, we have Holden Karikis and Caitlin Barry. For grade 10, we have Jose Ruiz and Lexi Moore. For grade 11, we have Jack Shepard and Andrew White. And for grade 12, we have Christopher Hawkins and Lauren Esposito.
Parents, come on down.
Mom and Dad?
See ya. I don't know. Where did Lisa go? Oh, Lisa's back there. Yeah. Hi, Sharif.
What's the matter? Oh, he didn't come up? I thought he didn't come up. I thought he was saying, going to say he didn't come up at all. I was like, oh, no.
Lisa.
Sorry.
I know. Well, no, she's talking to the librarian. Okay. Okay, we're going to be moving on to our consent agenda.
All matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Very good. Resolution 4-4 is off the agenda and is not being considered for tonight. With that being said, Resolution 4-1, authorize receipt of proposals, various professionals. This resolution authorizes the receipt of proposals for various professionals as needed for 2019. 4-2, authorize receipt of bids, ballistic fiberglass panels. This resolution authorizes receipt of bids for the purchase, delivery, and installation of ballistic fiberglass panels in the tax collector's office. This project has been approved in the 2018 capital ordinance. Resolution 4-3, authorize award of bid, new storage building at Drum Point Sports Complex. This resolution authorizes an award of bid for the new storage building at the Drum Point Sports Complex to Dutchman Contracting LLC, Reinhardt, Pennsylvania, in the amount of $354,658. Bid notices were sent to 35 potential bidders, 16 contractors responded, and 10 bids were submitted, with process ranging from the low bid of $354,658 to $535,000. The work includes the construction of a new single-story 4,500 square foot building with wood post frame construction with metal siding and roof finishes and a concrete slab floor. Work to include roof, exterior and interior finishes, man and overhead doors, and required electrical system. Also, site work including exposing and concrete encasement of portions of existing underground sewer pipes, extending restoration of existing HMA pavement path, and removing and resetting wood fencing. This project was approved in the 2015 and 2018 capital budgets. Resolution 4-4 is off. Resolution 4-5, authorize change order number 1, Hank Waltonowski Memorial Park Improvement Project. This resolution authorizes change order number 1 and final, representing an as-built quantity adjustment for the Hank Waltonowski Memorial Park Improvement Project. The contract issued to Precise Construction will be decreased by $35,123.90. Resolution 4-6, authorize award of bid 2018 pavement markings in various locations. This resolution authorizes award of bid for the 2018 pavement markings various locations projects to Dan Swayze and Sons, Scotch Plains, New Jersey, for a total bid amount of $34,750. Bid notices were sent to 67 prospective bidders for picked-up bid packages. Of those, 3 contractors submitted. Bids range from the low bidder of $34,750 to $73,000. Funds for this project was included in the 2018 capital budget. Resolution 47, authorize placement of tax liens for property cleanups. This resolution authorizes the placement of tax lien at 7 Freedom Road in the amount of $135.44. Resolution 48, authorize special events permit trunk or treat. This resolution authorizes special events permit for a Halloween trunk or treat at Brick Memorial High School, Lanes Mill Road, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on October 27, 2018. Resolution 49, bond releases and reduction. Madam Clerk.
Yes, 49A is an inspection fund release for Pedro and Elizabeth Ochea off Maple Drive in the amount of $5,904.19.
Very good, thank you. 410, tax collector, Mrs. Bergen.
Thank you. 10A, tax overpayments due to County Board Appeals. There are 29 in total as outlined in the resolution. 10B, tax overpayments due to state tax appeals at 497 Brick Boulevard in the amount of $12,606.18, which is a 3-year appeal. 72 Driftwood Drive in the amount of $1,591.40. 1722 Route 88 in the amount of $11,015. And 34 Lanes Mill Road in the amount of $7,707, which is a 2-year appeal.
Thank you. This will end our consent agenda. Open to council. Motion and a second, please.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Pontoriero, second by Council Vice President Crate. Public for any questions or comments? Seeing none, close public. Roll call, please.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
411, Bill Resolution Computer 2018.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid, and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Computer bill resolution in the amount of $9,458,180.78.
Open to council. Motion and a second.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Pontoriero, second by Councilman Mumalo. Open to public. Seeing none, close public. Roll call, please.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Abstain, CME Associates, yes to the rest.
Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 412, Bill Resolution Manual 2018.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid, and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $1,676,017.53.
Open to council. Motion and a second, please.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Mumalo, second by Council Vice President Crate. Roll call, please. Or,
Did you
I'm
wanna
sorry,
open that to
public. Nobody, seeing none, close public.
Vice
Roll.
President Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Abstain, CME Associates, yes to the rest.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have ordinance on second reading. Amend Chapter 110-18 Township Codes-Fees.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 110-18 of the Township Code entitled Fees.
Mayor?
Thank you. All right, so this is going to amend our township code for fees. This deals with our beach fees. So the ordinance is changes to beach fees for 2019. It's going to increase the daily beach badge rate from $5 to $8. The seasonal beach badge is going to cost $25 until June 15th and $30 thereafter. That remains the same, and that's for everybody. We tried to do residents versus non-residents, but there is something called the public trust doctrine that doesn't allow for that. So I know everybody's been requesting it. Why can't we charge more for non-residents? And we got our answer because of the public trust doctrine. So we tried. Unfortunately, it would be illegal for us to do so, so we can't change that. I also know a lot of people wish we didn't have to pay for beaches at all. Trust me, I'm one of them. As you can tell, I'm usually red or pink all summer long, so I enjoy the beach myself. But if we did that, we could make, obviously, beaches for free for everybody, but what that would do would obviously increase our taxes. So New Jersey has it. I wish New Jersey did this for most things. As a personal aside, have all of our fees be higher. So user fees would be more, so our taxes would be less, so that you kind of pay for the services that you use. I would love that system. They do that in some other states and definitely some other counties around the country. New Jersey doesn't allow that. But one of the things they do have is for beaches. But with beaches, so the beach badge fees have to be used for beach purposes, which is nice because this way you're not using that money and charging $100 for a beach badge because we want to pay for extra police or an extra garbage person or an extra truck or something like that. So it's used for beach purposes, and it keeps our taxes lower because everybody out there who doesn't use the beach, you would be paying for everybody else to use the beach. So luckily that's one thing in New Jersey that's user-based, which is, I think, a better system in the world, but that's just me. I'm just one person. Anyway, so our daily beach badges, which is mostly our non-residents, would come down for a day as opposed to our residents who would have the $25 season badge because it's just much cheaper. You go 3 times and it's paid for itself. That goes up from $5 to $8. But what the special thing about this ordinance is it allows active and retired military veterans to receive free beach access. This ordinance will provide that anybody who's active military, that's been in effect, you just show your active military ID. And for veterans, you can show your DD-214, your driver's license. A lot of people go to DMV and have their driver's license marked as a veteran. That ID is perfect. You come down. And you have free beach access. You'll get the wristband for anybody who has the proper paperwork. And I just wanted to check with the attorney. So this change, because we had to take out the resident, non-resident, that's not a substantial change, correct?
No, Council President, you can proceed with second reading on this tonight. That's not a material change.
It's nice that we had we honored our World War I veterans, those who served and those who gave their lives here in Brick Township here tonight. And we had a number of VFW and American Legion members, as well as our veterans organization from Greenbrier 1 that were here tonight. And now all of those gentlemen, as well as anybody who's ever served, active or veteran, will now be able to go to our beaches for free here in Brick Township. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor. Can I have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Council Vice President Cray, second by Councilwoman Pontorero. Open to the public. Seeing none, yes?
Seeing nobody behind me, it must be me you're referring to as next. Nan Carl, 18 Greenbrier Boulevard. I just want to comment on particularly the mayor's comments, since he did what passes, I guess, as a reading. There hasn't truly been a true reading. Number one, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I could get on public transportation for a very nominal amount of money when I was young. As soon as I was of an age that I traveled myself, which in those days was a young age, I could get to Brighton Beach, to Coney Island, and my preferable beach, Manhattan Beach, which was right off Sheepshead Bay. You went across the little wooden bridge when you got off the bus and walked to the beach. And I didn't have to pay any fees. I didn't have to pay a parking fee. It was merely the cost of the public transportation. When my children were born, I lived rather close to my mother-in-law, who was a great woman from Ireland, and she was very good to me and my children. And she would walk them to Brighton Beach. It wasn't a short walk, but it was not a difficult walk. It was things that I had done. And to say that you think it's preferable for the users to pay money when most of the people who are going to use it are people that are in rather humble financial circumstances, as I was when I was growing up, and my family. I also had moved in with my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, and she was in my life literally from the minute I was born until the minute she passed away in the hospital. I was there with her then. And she used to take myself and my brother when we were younger, with her, her sister, the sister's children, get on the train and go to Brighton Beach. And that didn't cost money, because with the children and the circumstances of the 1940s, they couldn't have afforded it. So I think that it's not the better thing to do. And as far as requiring the DD 214, are you saying that anytime they go to the beach, they have to show a DD 214? Or are you going to present them with some kind of a badge after showing it once?
Most veterans get an indication on their driver's license. They can just show that. That's common for veterans.
No, not always. I had to get the DD 214, and I was the one who did everything in the family. Lord rest my husband. He left it to me to do. And I remember getting his DD 214 when I found out that because he was a veteran, we could arrange for burial at a veteran cemetery before the fact, and that we wouldn't have a specific place. But thank God it saved me so much that I got it. I went down and I went to the VA in Toms River. Well, technically it's on Hooper Avenue, and I was very familiar with it. Great man there, John Doherty. I think he's still doing right for the veterans. So DD 214s are not something that's always on your license, or has always been. Perhaps these days it is, but that's not an easy thing to necessarily arrange for.
Anybody else? Seeing none, close public. Roll call, please.
Vice President Crate,
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Pondereira,
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to public comments.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
First.
John Sluka, 950 Sylvia Court. My letter was dated October 11th, Mayor Ducey and the council and the residents of Brick. I wrote this letter, sent it out to you guys very, very early. As you know, 12 days. It actually and even before the Board of Ed meeting, since I was going to mention it at that meeting. So this allows the council person, I thought, would be able to look to others, talk to people, ask questions if you wanted to call me, get complete facts, and then formulate a response or think about doing the right thing. In my letter now, a 14-foot noise pollution and safety wall along with shrubbery and other forestation reaching as high as 20 foot from the ground is needed in Evergreen Woods, Greenbrier, Primrose, Briar Mill, Brick High, Birchwood, and many, many other areas of Brick and Ocean County. The Turnpike Authority Commissioners and their minions are harming the health of the Brick residents with the toxins, which often lead to premature deaths of the citizens of the shore community. Since one council person chose to try to create their own, I called it fake news, by misleading 75,000 people of Brick at the last council meeting by only telling a partial truth, I will try to set the record straight. The council person stated that a survey was put out in Evergreen Woods to build a wall, and only 50 residents were in favor. The council person stated at the end of the council comments, so not to be rebutted, if I were on the council and chose to protect lobbyists and bureaucrats instead of citizens I swore to protect, I would do the honorable thing and resign from any office that I held, but not everybody thinks the way I do, obviously. Here is the full survey results of the Evergreen Wood condominium survey that was sent out. You can note that the council person did not lie. I never said the person did, but the statement made was misleading. A copy of the results are stated here, and I have hard copies I could always give to people. As you'll hear, the council person misled the Brick citizens to believe that the Evergreen Woods residents did not want a wall to protect their well-being, but in fact they were voting on an 8-foot sound fencing, which would cost each household about $250 for over 800 households. Evergreen Woods has about 20% of them rental units. Additionally, another 100 households are really border Herbon Avenue, which is really on the west side. Before the survey was sent out, we told the Board of Evergreen Woods that an 8-foot wall with additional forestation was not suitable and would not curtail the problem of noise and toxins. But they knew that even $250 assessment, probably for most people who couldn't afford $25, would probably not pass a referendum, but they said, we'll send it out anyway. What is needed, according to the EPA studies and other environmental studies, is a wall of at least 12 foot and additional forestation of heavy thickness and height of 20 feet or more. That would cost well over $1 million and probably closer to an estimate of $2 million. These homeowners are not rich, and like some at this meeting, because if they were, they'd be living in those $2 million houses on the other side of Brick. A few lobbyists for the New Jersey Turnpike Authority and construction companies live in the Evergreen Woods area and feed the council information. But as you can see, the council person did not speak up when any of our residents here could have spoke up at the meeting, because at that point in the meeting, the council person can't be challenged and by using that lobbyist-fed information. I would prefer that if the council wants to protect the NJTA and the construction companies instead of protecting the citizens of Brick and this whole shore area, that they do not mislead the citizens of Brick and should just sit on their hands they've done for the last 6 years. With all the survey studies, recommendations of groups like the EPA, private environmental groups, those nurses studies I brought up a couple times, and the like, presented before the council and the New Jersey Turnpike Authority, it's factual that the expansion of the parkway has harmed the citizens of Evergreen Woods, as well as harming those people who live in Greenbrier, Primrose, and all those other areas I mentioned before. Also, additionally, they hurt the school children, and even that new park that's coming up the next year is going to be harmed because of the amount of not blocking any of this pollution and toxins. In reality, we don't need more government, big government politicians. We need representatives that stand for the people. Thanks for your time, and I yield back 18 seconds.
Next, yes.
Stephen Brill, Evergreen Woods. After the last town council meeting, I had a discussion with Councilman Mumolo. Councilman Mumolo asked, why should the rest of Brick Township pay for a lawsuit for Evergreen Woods? Why indeed? Why should I have to pay to protect homeowners who live next to flood-prone areas, such as the ocean, rivers, and lagoons? Why should I have to pay for a lawsuit to restore funding for the Brick schools? I was not affected by the flooding. I do not have children in the Brick schools. Why indeed? Because we are a community. We may not succeed in our pursuit to protect our community, but those who choose to divide us, to weaken our resolve, will know that we will use all legal means to prevail. Or have you forgotten why you occupy a seat on this council?
Next, yes.
Again, having witnessed the extending of her arm in my direction, I guess she means me as next. That, I guess, is my new name, Next. Although many people know me as Nan Colley, Team Greenbrier Boulevard. Several things. The wall. I had not been over to the Jersey Farms, which is quite close to me, and is right there where the problems were. And I went 2 nights ago to get something from one of the fast food places. I found out, well, I had actually seen it a while back, but haven't brought it up. There is a wall. It protects the Jersey Farms commercial area from whatever. But it's not on the other side where Evergreen Woods desperately needs it. Makes no sense. Tonight as I came here, I once again witnessed how going on the GSP overpass, they never widened it. The area that would be a service lane, I guess, if a car got disabled, is not wide enough for the bike traffic and pedestrians. There is a sidewalk, so the pedestrians could go on the sidewalk, which is still narrow to me. But bicyclists are not supposed to be on sidewalks. And nobody here, not anybody, who was around when we were all clamoring that what was going on wasn't right and we, the people, had not been included in this decision-making process, as had been promised before any one of you ever even thought, apparently, of running for council, when meetings were held in our schools and other people came from other areas and were greatly disturbed. But what was proposed then, including that we would have say in everything and be informed every bit of the way, never came to pass. Nobody here ever coordinated with Ocean County, with the GSP, or the Turnpike Authority, as it's now under, when you should have been. Whether you think so or not, you, I've told you many times, are our first line of defense. You should be representing us and our opinions at every one of these things. You should be knocking down the walls to Trenton and telling them to include us in anything that concerns us. I thought it was an Irish saying. It turns out it goes back to the Revolutionary War. Anything about us, without us, is not for us. And it had to do with, at that time, taxation without representation. Sound familiar? The library. Well, I'm sorry to inform the new chief librarian, or whatever the exact title is, we were supposed to get that enlarged, much more parking space. It was going to be the same size as the one down in Tom's River. And somewhere along the line, the plans were all scrapped. We were never told the exact reason. Then we were given BS reasons when we asked. So it didn't get done. And with such a big area and a big library, we needed that enlargement. Surveys or not. And I believe it was that guy who was business administrator, Scott McFadden, who said it first here, but I know, surveys are not votes. Surveys have no effect except to pull the wool over people's eyes. It has no power. And his words were, surveys are designed to get a specific result, i.e., don't build a wall. The lawsuit. Well, I was here when I warned about the lawsuit that the town was bringing because some people in the Republican Party had demanded that when Joe Scarpelli handed in his what was resignation papers, that the person who took over would be the town clerk. And they fought it. And I read everything. And I said at meeting after meeting, as I do these things, it's the way it's supposed to be. It's the law. Well, I was down in the courthouse the day that lawsuit came up. Guess what? The person who started saying that this was the right thing to do, and myself, we were right. The judge ruled that that was how it should be, that the town clerk takes over, and as long as I'm on the subject of town clerk, that was a fiasco when you wanted to replace our current one, who has been a superb town clerk from day one, with somebody that may not have been qualified. With that, I am going to give to Jennifer Hart what I never did post until today, and had promised I would give, and would like them to please be included in the minutes. They really belong to the minutes of the last meeting.
Anybody else? Yes.
Michelle Spector, 808 Jenny Court and Brick. I went to the meeting for the all the people that lost property and had damage from the flood, and the feeling was that pretty much everyone had let them down, from government all the way down to local. And I mean, this is a real shame They feel that there was big to do in the beginning, and then that was it, you know. And so really, what's left except the lawsuit to make people notice what's going on, what people have lost, and they have lost a lot. We have lost a lot in Evergreen Woods as well. We have lost our quality of life. Children have gotten asthma with no prior history. People can't appreciate can't use their porches anymore. You just run from your house to your car and to work and home, and you can't be outside. This isn't a life. Going to sleep after 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning when the tire noise is not going through your house and your house isn't shaking isn't a life. And we really feel that not everything has been done that can be done to put pressure on all executive bodies to do something, to finally do something and get something done, has not been done. Thank you.
Anybody else? Seeing none, close public. Mrs. Bergen.
I have nothing, thank you.
Thank you. Mayor.
Thank you. All right. Well, we received good news. The Small Business SBA is providing loans for anybody who was affected by the flooding here in town. So they are coming here to our town and setting up a satellite office because we were the most impacted in the entire state of New Jersey by that storm, which isn't something to be happy about, but at least we get the SBA to come here so the people, you know, from up north and everything have to come to our great town. So it's going to be set up at the Greenbrier Clubhouse. It's going to open on Friday, and it's going to be there until November 2nd. So that allows 1% interest loans, very low interest loans. I believe they're 1%. But the SBA representatives will be there to be anybody who's affected. Doesn't matter if you were in Greenbrier. It just happens to be that's where they're going to set up because it's easier for the residents, obviously, of Greenbrier, which was the epicenter for our town, to get there. But it doesn't matter if you were in Lake Riviera, if you were on Jaywood Manor, if you were up on Paramount, wherever you were, that's your spot to go to. And they'll be there opening Friday, staying until November 2nd. Fall Fest was a couple weeks ago, October 13th. Tremendous success. We are going to make some changes. We're going to do the shuttles next year because we had so many people. The food trucks did great. The fireworks were great. I mean, all the organizations, the students had a bunch of different fundraisers. Everybody raised a lot of money there, so thank you for everybody for taking part in it. And as usual, we're just trying to make things better, so we'll have our shuttle buses for the 2019 version of Fall Fest. Thank you for everybody who entered the Take 5 Photo Challenge Gallery Night. It was held on October 18th. A lot of great photos of Brick Township and what's great about Brick Township, but I really want to thank Council Vice President Lisa Crate. It was her idea. It was her, great idea to have something else for our people in town to do. We always have sports things. People love football. People love sports. People love our Fall Fest, Summer Fest, and now we have another event that hopefully will be yearly if Council Vice President's looking forward to organize it again next year. So we had about 180 pictures, photos, and it was just basically like a People's Choice type award where everybody was given 3 slips and you went and you whichever 3 pictures you thought were the best you dropped and you voted for. We actually had a 3-way tie for first place, which is odd because we had prizes for first, second, and third. So all we did is just pick those 3 numbers for the photos out of a hat. But it was really, I really want to commend Council Vice President for such a great idea and for pulling it off and have that many people take part in it. It was really great. Our trunk or treat was past Friday night, and again, that was another thing that's evolved over time. If everybody remembers, we used to be in the parking lot, and there was puddles, and you couldn't see because of the lights. We moved it to the field, then we had so many people that people ran out of candy, so we had Pine Belt Chevrolet was our largest candy sponsor as a business, and Brick Memorial High School, we did all the PTAs. They won the mayor's trophy for the most candy raised by a PTA or a school organization. And just residents in general. We had a full room of candy, and there was no complaints that we ran out of candy. Kids who were standing in line, they were given candy so they could eat some candy while they were waiting in line. But it really turned out great. And again, Council Vice President Crate, if anybody saw our mayor council vehicles, because it was two. We were the Islands of Misfit Toys, through all the hard work of Council Vice President Crate for doing such a great job there, too. My son was Hermie, the dentist, the elf who wants to be a dentist, and had a great costume, thanks to, it was a great night. So I will be participating on Thursday, October 25th, in the Ocean County College's third annual Mayor's Panel. We always get great turnout there and a lot of great questions from the students about various topics. So we'll see what they're going to be talking about this year. And also, everybody, Thursday is our Senior Services Halloween Party. Please call for reservations, 732-920-8686. And happy Halloween. Be safe. Kids are going to be out there trick-or-treating. And it gets dark out earlier, so just be careful out there. And all the kids have a good time. Enjoy yourselves. Doesn't matter what age you are, like some other towns. You can be be a kid, enjoy yourself, go trick-or-treat, and have fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Starkey? Madam Clerk?
Yeah, I did just want to mention that residents, our veteran residents, can register their DD-214s at the Ocean County Clerk's office, and the clerk will give them a card that they can use in various businesses or hopefully at our beaches also.
Thank you. Ms. Hartman? Nothing, thanks. Council Vice President Creighton?
We're going first. I actually dropped the ball before when she said I wasn't expecting to be the first person. I just wanted to thank all the residents that participated in the gallery night that took place last week. It was really nice seeing all the photos that were hanging, all of the effort that people put into getting their photos to the recreation department so that they could be included in the gallery night, and all the people that came out, not only who put their photos into the contest, but people who came out to support their friends and family who had photos in the contest. It was a really lovely evening, and honestly, any time we can get different residents and all of our residents out to meet and greet and be with each other and find out who your neighbor is or who lives across town that you have something in common with is a great opportunity for this town to just feel like the small town that I think that it is. So thanks to everyone who participated, and congratulations to our winners for that night. And as a teacher and someone who plans lots of different events, looking at how we set everything up for the evening, of course, monitor and adjust. There are some changes that we'd like to make for next year, but it's definitely something that we'd like to continue as a tradition and have a second annual one next year. So anyone who enjoys taking photographs and loves this town, just keep a watch out for our next one coming up. The trunk or treat was a great time on Friday night. We had perfect weather for it, and we had a really great crowd again. All the kids that came through really seemed to enjoy all of the different trunks that were out there. Congratulations to the winners of the trunks and from our Halloween parade of the kids that walked through and won the Halloween parade. Our neighbor won a little unicorn. She was a unicorn. She was great. She won, so congratulations to her. I think she got first place. And it was really a pleasure, again, to see all of our residents from Brick and different people from around the area. I know not everyone was from Brick, but either way, it's a great way for the community to come together. And honestly, it was so much fun. I stayed at our trunk the whole night, and as the kids came around the corner, if you've ever been to trunk or treat, it's so crowded, so you can't really see the actual trunk until you get to it. And as kids came around the corner to our area, we had a Santa Claus, which was fantastic. And if you've ever seen the movie Elf with Will Ferrell, where he's like, Santa! Every kid that came around the corner was like so excited, and they all sat on his lap and said what they wanted for Christmas, and it was just a really great time. So,
even the parents said that.
yeah, everybody was so excited. And I think we got a lot of Christmas card pics out of that, honestly, so it was really nice. So thanks to, Councilwoman Zapsik's husband played Santa, so thank you to him. And finally, Councilwoman Zapsik is not here, but she asked me if I could please remind everyone that Friday and Saturday at Eagle Point, off of Maniloking Road, 72 Tall Timber Drive, they're having the Halloween walkthrough that they put together as a community. It's taking place on Friday, the 26th, from 8 to 11, and also Saturday, the 27th, from 7 to 11. So it's 72 Tall Timber Drive off of Maniloking Road. You turn into Eagle Point and just follow Tall Timber Drive. The walkthrough is free, however, donations are appreciated, and all donations go to Eagle Point Beach Association. So I know I'm going to bring my kids out, and I hope to see everyone there. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Councilman Mumolo.
Thank you, Council President. Congratulations to our police officers, their promotions. Halloween's next week. Drive slow. It's getting dark earlier. Be careful. A lot of trick-or-treaters will be out there. Also, Saturday, November 3rd is daylight savings time. It's a great time to change your battery and your smoke detectors. That's all from me. Thank you.
Councilwoman Ponterero.
I just wanted to say thank you to all the men and women of Parks and Recreation who did such a phenomenal job in setting up and getting everything ready for trunk or treat. Everyone whose job it was to, from setting things up at the beginning till taking the garbage out at the end of it, all of their services were so appreciated. They did. I couldn't have asked for anything better. To see where the trunk or treat has evolved from the time I started council in 2012 to the present, its transformation is just incredible. I also want to say thank you to my mother, Susan Martone, who came out and sat through the entire council event. And you know where I am every other Tuesday. Have a good night.
Thank you. I just want to offer my congratulations to all of our officers who were newly promoted and wish our retiring officers a very restful retirement. I'd like to echo the sentiments of thanking Councilwoman, or Council Vice President Crate. She did a phenomenal job. Our trunk or treat trunk was amazing. We had everybody dressed up and all the characters and everything. And along the Take 5, that was, it's fun to see something different in this town and to see so many different people enjoy what we were able to do as a township. So thank you very much. And I'd like to echo the sentiments also of Councilwoman Ponterero. We had two really substantial events within a week of each other, Fall Fest and Trunk or Treat, and Parks, Recreation, DPW, Police, EMS, Fire, our CERT teams, and then we have a bunch of volunteers that are in high school that come out and just really do an amazing job putting on these events, organizing them, and keeping us safe, and then also, of course, cleaning up to make sure our parks look as nice as they did when we first got there. So thank you so much. That is the end of our council meeting. Our next scheduled meeting is November 5th at 7 p.m. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourned.